think student response systems are becoming increasingly popular because we have a new generation of kids coming through. When you're standing in front of a class, whether it's a small class or a large class, you'll often see students nodding along as you're talking or as you're discussing an issue or asking questions. But you never really know whether or not they understand the material that you're putting across. You don't really know if they comprehend the main issues that you've been trying to present. You don't know if they're happy with the way the class is running. Sometimes I think they just nod on automatic. jPoll allows me to get that feedback back from the students. I can present a stack of material, whatever it might be. I can put up some questions through jPoll. The students can respond, and I know instantly whether or not they've actually understood the material that I've presented to them, whether they've enjoyed the class setting, whether or not they're ready to move on to the next set of material. I get all of that back from them and I get it instantly. jPoll's just given me that extra level of feedback and that extra level of involvement with the students. Using jPoll though gives me an opportunity to ask them the questions and wait for them to respond to me in a way that's very similar to the way they already work with each other, the way they already work in groups, the way they text with their friends. It's comfortable and it's safe and it's anonymous. Not surprisingly, it gave me a chance to elicit those responses that I wasn't getting from a straight stand verbal interaction. And there I got far greater responses from them. I could ask a question in a lecture theatre and get a large response rate. But likewise, it still worked in the smaller settings. I run a master's class, which will usually have between 10 and 15 students. I was just as likely to get a really good response from them as I would from a larger lecture theatre, so the size made no difference. It gave students a voice. I think where jPoll differs from a lot of the other clicker devices, it gives you far more scope to play. It gives you far more options, it gives you flexibility. The biggest thing that jPoll gives me is flexibility. The way I ask the questions, the number of questions, the way I present them to the class. I can do whatever I want to suit whatever my goal is in the classroom. It's tailored specifically for our environment and it's perfect to use. It's very simple to use. It's simple for the instructor using the tool for the first time, but it's also simple for the students. I have not had any problems with students interacting with the tool from an ease of use point of view. It's intuitive, it's easy to follow, they understand what's going on. And of course, the ability to get that real-time feedback, that's invaluable. It's all well and good to present a survey to a class and then perhaps get responses back within a week. With jPoll, I can ask a question there and then and the responses come straight back. I can put it up on the screen, I can show it to students, I can then ask them their opinions on what's up there. That real-time feedback, it's invaluable. The flexibility of this tool is one of the things that makes it so powerful. I think the biggest benefit that jPoll gives to students is that feeling of participation and the feeling of involvement. Some of the feedback that I get from my students, particularly in larger classes, is that they don't feel like their voice is heard, they don't feel like the lecturer is actually interested in where they're going or what they think. They feel like the material's being given to them rather than them being involved in the process. jPoll gives them a very, very simple way to interact with the class, to have their voice heard in a safe way, to interact with their lecturer or their tutor, whatever the case may be. It allows them to express their feelings. It's one of the things that I found which I didn't expect when I used jPoll. The participation is simple. You ask a question and the students respond. But frequently their responses then gave me the opportunity to open the discussion up. And I did get more verbal discussion happening within the class in response to the jPoll questions and answers. So it wasn't just that the students had a chance to participate in the jPoll tool, but then I guess it made them feel safer in participating in a broader fashion. It opened a dialogue and a discussion, and it was a simple innovation that they were used to using and they were comfortable with.